Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Just Absolutely Boxing Podcast, episode 74. My name is Combo Breaker 99.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Boxing P.
And we had a good fight weekend last weekend, didn't we, P, man?
Yeah,
we had
some good stuff happening last weekend for sure.
Oh, yeah, man. So we're going to kind of go into that. And I had some other things I want to ask you about, too, man. Well, first up, we're going to talk about the Terence Crawford and Jose Benevidaz fight. You know, the knockout win. A lot of people weren't impressed with it. Mm-hmm. I was impressed with it.
Absolutely.
So that's something, I kind of want to talk about. Manny Pacquiao, as you know, last week, he signed with Haymon.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get that money.
Mm-hmm.
And we got another fight coming up this week, man. We were going to be talking about Billy Joe versus Demetrius Andrade, but they had to switch it up now. It's Demetrius Andrade versus, he's from Africa, Walter Kandakwa. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, right. It's close, though. But before we get into that, man, what's been going on, P?
Same old same, man. Just trying to put some of these plays into motion, man. That's it.
Oh, yeah, for real, man.
People will see, but you gotta stay humble and just be on the grind right now, man.
So that's how you do, man.
Yeah.
Just hit it when it's ready.
When it's ready.
When it's ready.
When it's ready, you ain't gotta say nothing.
You ain't got to say nothing.
Yeah, people see it. Speak for itself. So
just like what we doing now.
Exactly.
For real. But last Saturday, man, Terence Crawford, Jose Benevidaz going into this fight, man, it was some bad blood. They had some talk outside of the ring, a little bit of drama. Crawford, man, I really felt that this was going to be a little bit of a quicker fight for him.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to be a quicker night for him, but to me, even though it went 12 rounds, it was still an easy fight.
Absolutely.
It still looked like an easy fight. And I think that a lot of people don't understand the difference between what's impressive for a boxer sometimes. They don't understand what's impressive, what it takes to make that an impressive win. What did you think of his overall performance, man?
I thought it was a great performance by Terence Crawford. Like you said, a lot of people may say they weren't impressed, but a lot of those people are casual fans, and it's a few people who may favor another fighter or different fighters who may feel a certain way and don't want to give this guy his props. But how could you dispute the performance when, he did everything Saturday night, and combos, body work, footwork, levels, changing levels, switching stances. He did everything a boxer can do, and then got the knockout. How can that really be disputed? You know what I'm saying? Set the knockout up, got rounds in. You know what I mean? It's hard to knock a guy out in the 12th round to really close the show like that, and that's not that easy to do. You know what I'm saying? To put the work in for 11 rounds, then close the show like that.
Not just physically, but mentally.
Because
sometimes
beat him,
your mind frame might already be taking it off the gas, but you might not want to risk it. But sometimes you have to get in that mind frame to close the show, which is what he did.
Absolutely, because I honestly believe that he knew he was going to close the show and wanted to close the show at some point in the fight. I believe he could have did it earlier, but maybe he wanted some rounds. Maybe he wanted to perform for his hometown. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't realize he sells out the arena in Omaha, Nebraska. It's not too many other people when they fight in their hometown. They're selling out arenas. So a hometown performance for him is a really, really a big deal. And I really believe that he wants to give his fans, a good show. And I think he gave him a good show that night. He showed all his abilities. You know what I mean? The footwork, just everything he did. I thought it was a great boxing performance. People say dumb stuff, and he was eating shots. Okay, he was eating shots because he could eat shots.
Mm-hmm.
If he couldn't eat shots, he wouldn't have been eating shots. He didn't have to stand and in front of the guy and eat shots at different times, but sometimes he ate shots to get shots off. You know what I mean? So it was just a lot going on into the casual fan or to a untrained eye or to an eye that's not really looking at every little detail. They might see it in a different way, but the diehards, I can't see a diehard that would knock that fight. Matter of fact, the numbers just came in the fight. It's off the stratosphere.
I saw.
So
they said it was like one of the biggest combat sports fights.
So despite what people saying, the numbers don't lie. And,
Numbers don't lie.
You know what I mean? And that just verifies what we're saying right now. You know, you said some people that wasn't impressed. Okay, well, the majority of the people were impressed because they tuned in and watched it.
Right.
The numbers show that.
Exactly. And that's what I was going to say, man. Like, those numbers right there showed you not just the numbers alone of viewing, but the people that came, you know, the
Absolutely.
people that came home.
Sold the arena out.
Yeah, he sold the arena out. You know, how, like you said, how many people do that
Not
in
a
their
lot.
hometown?
Not a lot, brother.
So why would he not just come out and say, let me go ahead and put 12 rounds on for the people, you know? Why make them come out and do a real quick dust of somebody, you know?
Right.
You know, why
not just sold this arena out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then when you look at his performance, tell me, was he ever in trouble in any of those 12 rounds? He knows how to carry his opponent to make it, you know, to get some rounds in, to stay out of danger, to do what he wants. And he did all that. And that's why I say when people say it wasn't impressive, there's so many things you got to look at. Like taking a shot, you got to sometimes. You got to take a shot to get 3.
some.
Yeah, to get 3.
Exactly.
And then when you look, he was always on the move, so he was never really in danger in Benevidaz's power zone.
No.
And another thing for casual fans to understand, look at Benevidaz's body language sometimes. There was sometimes he wasn't really set to strike.
No.
So he could jump in and do what he kind of wanted, you know, land a shot. When your hands are down and your chin is out, you're not really in a posture to counter hard, you know?
Absolutely. Flat-footed. The second half of the fight, he was flat-footed.
He was
Benevidaz,
flat-footed,
you
yeah.
know what I mean? So just a lot of things that like I said, I don't think people really dig deep into. And then another thing I want to expound on something you said, Ant, is you know, boxing, we always talk about this. It's a lot of politics of boxing, racism, popular fighters, unpopular fighters. Terence Crawford would fall into the unpopular fighter category right now. He's not a guy with all these crazy looks. He's not loud. He's not vocal. He's a super humble guy, family man, and it's about business. We've heard several other fighters say that, yeah, I carried the fight. I carried the guy for some rounds. I won, and everybody accepts that. Triple G said he carried the guy. That was fine. I mean, countless fighters say we carried the guy, you know, for a certain amount of rounds. Floyd Mayweather carried Conor McGregor for 11 rounds. You know what I mean? And nothing's wrong with that. But they want to bash Terence Crawford for saying it took him long to get this guy out of there or whatever. Okay, I mean, but the point is he got him out of there. That wasn't guaranteed at the 12th round to get a guy out of there. You can't guarantee that.
Yeah, it's not. And I think people, they need to look at it this way too. Like, just because Crawford is the superior fighter, he's an A fighter, and the other guy is a B or C, it doesn't mean that B or C is going to be a first round knockout victim, you know? Because to get this high, even at a B or C level, you have to have some type of talent, you know? And for somebody like Crawford, he knows his opponents. He's in there, so he's going to say it might take this many rounds to break an opponent down. And that's what, to me, a fighter that, not just a fighter, but a champion does. They look at the situation and they adapt to it. You know, they find a way to win. Like, they know that if he's not open for this shot, I might have to break him down. I might have to break his will.
And that's what happened.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I say it was, you know, to set the knockout up like that. And I mean, he pretty much guaranteed the knockout in the later rounds. You know, we thought it was going to happen earlier, but doing the body work and all that stuff, he was doing that for a reason early in the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it wasn't like he was getting a reaction out of Benevidaz. Like, Benevidaz wasn't wobbling him with each shot. You know, he wasn't getting wobbled with each shot. He was taking some punishment. So he said, I'm going to have to get him this way. You know, I'm going to have to break his will. And, like, I was thinking to myself, like, to me, it was just like a physically draining, psychologically draining fight for Benevidaz, because he looked drained. Like, he didn't look busted up. And I think to me, to see defeat in the fighter's eyes, that's worse than a black eye.
Absolutely.
You know, when you see a guy like by round 10, he looked like his mind left the fight, but he's just going through the motions. To me, that's defeat for me. Yeah. You know, that's impressive.
But some people don't even recognize that look at. You know, that's something that, you know, trained eyes, you know, people like us can see and see when a guy has emotionally gave up. You know what I'm saying? In a fight.
And to me, that was like what really contributed to that knockdown, because it was kind of like going through the motions. Then he just got knocked out. It wasn't really like it was all power from Crawford. You know what I mean?
It was accumulation.
Like, accumulation
and
of
it was time. You know what I mean? And like I say, he still couldn't guarantee that. That's what I'm saying. That was meticulously done to make that happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't a given. It wasn't like, you know, he was losing all 11 rounds in the 12th round, he just came back and knocked him out. No, all 12 rounds, he was breaking them down, setting things up for the final finale, and boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you said, there's no guarantee he said that's right uppercut's going to knock him out at this moment, at this little bit of, open last seconds of the round. And that's the thing, like, people have to understand, too, also, like, what would you rather be, Pete? Impressive or win? Being impressive doesn't necessarily mean you're winning.
Absolutely.
What would you rather be if you wanted to be a fighter?
And to me personally, I would want to be a winner, because it's a gray area, because a fighter can put on an impressive performance and still kind of win the fight, even though he may lose it. You know what I mean? On the cards or whatever, but it's the valiant effort that he put forth that wins over fans and, maybe the pundits and different things like that. But, I kind of want to just be a winner, because that's how you get the money in this game, man. Being impressive, you can get knocked out being impressive. You can take unnecessary risks being impressive. You know what I mean?
Right.
Being impressive is part of the game, but, we got to look at Floyd Mayweather. The reason he's thrust into such high levels because he's undefeated.
Yep.
So winning matters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up, because I was just about to say that too, because you have to look. Floyd is 50-0. He's multi-division world champion. And how many of his fights were impressive to people? To me, everything he's done is impressive. Like, I'm impressed when the fighter can do what they want in the ring, versus what everybody else say. Because look back at the Carlos Baltimore fight. People were walking out of that fight.
Yeah.
People were booing Floyd. Larry Emergent punk ass was talking shit about the fight. You supposed to be commentating, but you were talking shit about his performance. But he still stuck it through. Said, I can't knock this big head dude out. I'm gonna just keep boxing him and take the win, because I want to win. I want the belt, because that's going to lead to something better.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's why I say, what do the people want? They want impressive, or do they want to win?
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, man.
And they don't always go hand in hand.
They don't. And I really believe it was a lot of people who really don't understand the sport who may have felt that way, man. And the thing about it ain't Terence Crawford, it's going to be a hard road for him to get his props. You know what I mean? He's going to have to do something astronomical to turn the world around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the world to respect him. We've been respecting him for 3-4 years now. You know what I mean? We ain't been doing nothing but giving him, his props or whatever. But, he definitely got that underdog, that Bernard Hopkins, Deontay Wilder type of career going on. I mean, he got to go and take everything that, they won't give him. You know what I'm saying? He got to go take it.
Yeah. I know there's been a lot of people who kind of, they've been kind of getting a bad taste in their mouth about the way he approaches media sometime. But the more and more I look at it, that's kind of necessary sometime, man, because you got to learn how to, if you want to be a winner, you got to block everything else out. Absolutely. Once you start playing into the media, playing into what the trolls and the fans say, you start to become their puppet, Absolutely. And you don't want to be a puppet. You want to be a champion.
You want to be your own man. And I got a lot of respect for him from the way he does deal with the press. It's no nonsense. I'm not here for the buffoonery, the stupid questions, and none of that. You know what I'm saying? This is my career. I take it seriously, and I'm about business. You know, not to the point where he's being an asshole about it.
Right.
He's a cool guy, but it's just all business. Ain't a whole lot of play around. When you interview this guy, I mean, he's not going to give you a whole bunch of unnecessary information. He's just going, lay down the facts, and that's it. You know, I mean, everybody's not going to be an Adrian Broner talker and turn on when the cameras come. Everybody's not. That's not everybody. I could look at him and see Terence Crawford probably was shy at a point in his life early when he was a kid. He was a quiet kid. I could see that. You know what I mean? He's never been probably the live wire. So everybody's not that, You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's why I look at him and just say, man, like, I can respect him what he does out of the ring, and how he treats, the media, because that's not his personality. He doesn't want to try to become that. But once he gets in the ring, that's what you pay to see. That's what we pay to see. That's what we pay to see, and he always pays off.
Yeah,
he always comes through with it, man. But from here, man, with this fight, he got this one out of the way, another welterweight fight. nothing else but to face his best, right?
Right.
You know, I wouldn't mind seeing. I know everybody wants Errol Spence. He himself said he wants it. You know, Bob Arum and Al Haymon just got to come to an agreement. But I would settle for Sean Porter. What about you, man?
Sean Porter and
Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford. I mean, I don't think it's a bad fight that Terence Crawford could be in.
A good unification fight, you know.
Yeah, it'll definitely be a unification fight. But I feel like to me he definitely put a few more notches, you know, being vocal about wanting this Errol Spence fight. To me, this fight showed that he's real close to this fight, and I still really just think it's a 50-50 fight. And I'm an Errol Spence fan, but it's a difference between good fighters and great fighters. And, you know, I mean, you listen to a lot of with Clarissa Shields, big fighters said Saturday night they witnessed greatness with Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference. I really think he's staking more in his claim for this Errol Spence fight. And it's going to be better than people may think it's going to be. A lot of people still think he's going to get washed in this fight. You know what I'm saying? But I'm seeing, you know, because I look at it like this, and how many of those guys will face Benevidaz? Benevidaz was a guy who could make some guys look bad or a tough fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the fact that he hopped in there with a guy who was taller, longer, you know what I'm saying, had different advantages over him. A lot of guys wouldn't have messed with that.
And think about it. He outboxed a guy that was taller than him from the outside.
From the outside, bro.
How many times, you know, somebody does that? I mean, the only person I could say done it before was Crawford.
Right.
And Dongo, Victor Posto, you know. This is a guy who's, like I say, you can tell he destined for greatness because he's basically writing a book on how to do certain things to opponents.
If you paying attention to that, and I'm glad you brought that up because, like you said, that's not something that we see all the time. But for the casual eye, won't see nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But those are things that we're looking at him like, yo, this dude is really got the goods.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We trying to. I mean, like I say, I'm the biggest skeptic. You know, I don't like to give nobody their props. So when a guy makes me feel like I got to bow down and give him his props, I mean, I definitely, you know, see something in him. I'm not saying I'm nothing special, but I don't give out props easy. You know what I mean? For me to bow down and say, yeah, you got to do something. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the same way, man. Like, especially with boxing, you know.
Yeah, you got to do something.
I feel like I'm very harsh critic when it comes to boxing. But whenever somebody I see come along and I could say, if a kid wants to learn how to fight, watch this guy, then that guy has the goods, you know? Like if I say you need to watch James Toney if you want to learn how to fight, you know, watch Floyd, you know, watch any of these guys. If I say watch Terence Crawford, I mean, he has the goods, you know? And I like to think that I know something about fighting, you know?
And the thing that I'm not going to get on it too long is that, I mean, we're witnessing all the things that he does in the ring. I mean, Errol Spence, we haven't really seen him do a lot in the ring. That's not to say that he can't do a lot in the ring. He, like you said, he may have not needed it yet, but Terence Crawford ain't needed it yet. But we've seen it because that's his game.
Right.
That's his game, man. That's all of this. It's not just one thing. It's all of this. I don't have to wait to break this out. I'm doing all of this and have your head spinning. Like Benevidaz ain't know what was going on.
Right.
Terence Crawford here, he there, he spinning you at the same time. He turning, he getting you tired, he going to the body, he throwing combinations. I mean, that's how you see it, eh? That's how you see it. You know what I mean?
That's how you see it, yeah.
That's how you see it.
I will just say, like, in Spence's defense, like, I feel like since he's just been at welterweight, you know, hasn't moved down and just been in the one weight class, I do feel like it's harder for him to get the fights just because, you know, it seems like certain champions don't want to face him, you know. But that's why it kind of puts his ability to really show what he has on hold, you know, because and the fact that his power has been kind of overshadowing his talent because he's been able to break guys down so much faster. That's why he's never really had to pull tricks out the bag like a Crawford. Like Crawford, I feel like with his body size, like there's certain things you're gonna have to learn how to do quicker. You know, like certain types of animals. You know, they got to adapt to certain situations to get away from predators. You know, So I kind of feel like with Crawford, him being the smaller guy, he had to depend on certain things, and that's why he's much more fresher with the boxing, as far as like angles,
athleticism,
breaking you down.
You know, I mean, and like
reading
we said,
fighters.
But that still remains to be seen. What what all Earl Spence can do. And like I say, he may have the goods, and but it's going to take more than power to beat Earl Spence. And I mean, to beat Terence Crawford.
Yeah,
he's face power already.
Oh yeah.
So I hope he do got some other tricks, because if he just think he gonna walk him down, I don't see that happening.
That's the mind frame he doesn't need to be in either.
I hope he don't think that. And you see the statement he made. Oh, Terence Crawford coming in the same way. You see that? Oh, you ain't see that?
I saw that. That's why I was shaking my head.
Yeah,
no, don't say that, man. Don't even say
because
that.
People would turn that right around on you and say that's all you do. The 1-2, the body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean,
I couldn't even I couldn't give Benevidaz no rounds that fight, and I'm not just playing bias. I couldn't give Benevidaz a single round,
to be honest,
and I couldn't see Crawford doing the same thing any round. I mean, he was giving him different looks every single round. Why do you think? He was feinting from the outside, triple jabbing every time. Like one jab wouldn't work, he would land another. Why you think he knocked him out? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like he never knew what to expect.
Yeah, you see, this guy was game. He wasn't just folding.
And you saw what Tank said too, that he didn't find it impressive. That's why I brought up the impressive part, because I was just kind of like,
absolutely. And like I said, Ant, people opinions coming from different. We hearing from a guy who ain't fought in what.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we talking about a guy who just put on the biggest performance in combat sports right now. So it's gonna be some haters out there.
There's gonna be some.
I mean, I'm a Tank fan all day, but Tank, I didn't agree with that.
Yeah, and then they were saying like, "Oh, he ain't done nothing to break Lomachenko." I'm like,
He's tripping,
pause
man.
on that.
Tripping.
I was going to pause on that because I just said that this was impressive. A guy who comes up to 147s be able to do things like this, but as soon as we saw Lomachenko go up to 135, we saw what happened, right? Linares, right?
But in the same breath, he'll say Lomachenko ain't shit. In the same breath, he'll say that. And so, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't really hold too much sight. First of all, I mean, dude, this is what's happening right now. You on the sidelines right now. I love him to death, but he on the side. We want to see you in the ring, brother. When you get in the ring, and then we can start maybe talking some stuff.
Yeah, that's what we base things off of. Like, if you was in the ring, then we would be talking a bit different. Like, hey, you might be able to match up the Bud. You know what I mean?
But you at the sideline at home watching TV on big screen, watching fight on your big screen, just with your phone in your hand. You know what I'm saying?
Tweeting, But I remember what Spencer said too. Yeah, he was saying like he was doing the same thing, and I was like, no, man, he ain't doing the same thing, because when they fight, man, he better know that Bud ain't gonna be doing the same thing.
He ain't gonna be doing the same thing, man.
He gonna be doing what he do, that night, switching it up.
And like he said, Benevidaz could have been busier, but
how can you be busy when you can't?
If you can't hit, if it's not there, you can't be busy.
Yeah, you can't. Like Benevidaz, his best bet was to try to time Crawford
and knock him out.
And knock him out, but there really was no timing because the timing was so off. Like, I didn't know what he was going to do next. Honestly.
We never knew he was going to do this dude and then wiggle it.
Yeah.
I didn't know what he was going to do. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what I said, man. A lot of people just got some kind of, I think, just hater-filled opinions on the fight right now, because, I mean, this dude is a diamond in the rough, ain't he? Not walking around with the glitz and the glamour. He's super humble, 5 kid, just doing his thing. And it's hard to give a guy like that props. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They want to get the vocal guy who got the Gucci on and the big chain. You know what I mean? They want to give him the props all the time. And Terence Crawford is just a different animal. He's a different all the way around, and all the way around, not just in the ring, outside the ring. Like I said, this man got 5 kids. He proud of them. He's still with the lady that he got the kids by. Yep. He's trying to be a respectable person inside and outside the ring, man. And that's more than I can say for a lot of these guys out here.
Yeah, he's definitely like inside and outside the ring. He's definitely showing you how to move as a champion. How to move as a champion, because if you don't know how to move, even on the outside, you stay around like toxic people and negativity.
Absolutely.
That can definitely affect your performance.
Absolutely. Like they said about him, man, he hasn't missed a football game, a practice of his son. How can you do that and you're a champion of the world?
You're a champion.
Because you're the champion of the world. You're a boss. You pick what's important. not the public, not your publicist, not your manager. You pick what's important. Terence Crawford, all them people calling him, hey man, you need to do this. Well, I ain't doing it today. I gotta go to my son's game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, hey, show to Bob Brown. Well, I ain't gonna be able to make it today. My son got a game. You're the boss, man.
That's how you got the move.
You're the boss. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they trying to snatch him. They don't want to see a brother doing positive and being in the family. We know they want you to cheat and be doing all this crazy stuff. They want to tear the family down. They don't want to see the message that he's sending. They don't want to see that, eh?
Yeah, they want you to seem like you the puppet and you got to do what they say. You know
exactly. Or you just in the minstrel show, and as soon as you get money, you chasing a white woman and cocaine and all that. No, he not doing none of that. And every brother, when you give him a couple dollars,
they ain't gonna
don't gotta do that, man.
We ain't all moving like that.
Everybody ain't moving like that. He's showing that, yeah, man, I'm a star now. I can go get me a light skin Rihanna or whatever, but no, I'm sticking with my lady. You know what I'm saying? She was here when I wasn't shit.
Exactly.
So I'm still rocking with her. She's in the ring with me along with my kids, getting all this glory at the end of this fight, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So those things outweigh and go way further than just the win to me, Ant, because win, lose, or draw, you still a father, you still a man, and he's showing that, you know, win, lose, or draw, I'm a man. I'm taking care of mine and I'm holding mine down, and that just solidifies stuff right there, Ant. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't have to be that way.
Yeah, every bit of like what he does in his life is translating to the boxing, you know, vice versa. Like,
absolutely.
I'm gonna do it my way, whether you like it or not. You can't listen to the outside voices, you know, saying you need to go in and perform like this. Because if every time you do that, just like if you listen to people saying you need to roll with us tonight, you know, that might be the night you get knocked out. That might be the night you get arrested. You know, because of bad timing. You know,
exactly.
But and hand in hand, he does his own.
Getting the phone calls saying you got to go to this party when he got stuff to do with his family, and him making the conscious decision saying, "Yo, go ahead. I'm rocking with my kids tonight." That's the difference, Ant. That's the difference. Because it's easy to do that, Ant. I mean, you become the man and all these famous people,
everybody calling you. Everybody calling you in.
It's, you know, it's hard to sit back and Drake or rappers calling you. Some of your favorite rappers want to, you know, stuff like that. Yeah. So it's a lot. And for the man to be, you know, a young man and being able to have his head on straight like that, that's very impressive, Ant, to me. It is. It's very impressive, man, because you look at a lot of other these situations, there's multiple baby mothers, and it's a lot of mess going on. Yeah. It's not no sound structure that, you know, he got. I don't know if he married to the girl yet, but at least he's doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? They're together and they're trying to be a family. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, whatever he's doing like right now, like I said, I don't know if they are, but it's still a good look. It's still a good look. You know, especially like you said, 5 kids, he taking care of them. So. And like always on Front Street with them, you know. I mean, like if she was in the ring, you know, the kids in the ring, you know, always pictures are they always there. It's not like, you know, he, you know, out and they in the background or whatever, they always there, man. I really respect that about him, you know, because it don't have to be that way. You know what I mean? It don't have to be that way. He definitely been keeping his Instagram PG too, you know what I mean? You know, and then you ain't gotta worry about no big booty popping up when you pull up his Instagram. So you might see him fishing or just might stuff like that. I like the name of his street or something chilling, you know, but even stuff like, you know, breeding his sons to be champions, you know, wrestlers, and he there for them. And I mean, who's a better example of a champion than him? And you gotta get that access to it. Your dad, man. So those are the things, man, that those are some of the things that I'm rating him on also. You know what I mean? Because like you say, Ant, champ is a champ inside the ring and outside the ring. If you just undefeated in the ring and destroying people, but you're a piece of shit outside the ring, disrespecting, just doing all kinds of foul shit, then you just foul. Yeah, because like I said before, you really... Grown-ups, we're not the only one watching. Kids are watching combat sports. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you was to see your son watching this other champ that's acting a fool, you know, inside and outside the ring, I wouldn't want him to be like that. Right. You know, I want him to watch somebody that's making moves inside and outside the ring the right way. You know, the right way. So from here, I'll just say like everything Bud has been doing is the right way, man. Right. Like, you know, he's still moving strong. So I mean. He's gonna slowly surely get to those fights though, man. I really think it, man. I mean, the Spence is coming. The world see that how big of a fight it is. They just want the money in. They see the money in it now. So it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen because that's why I say when people say like, "Oh, he's on one side and this side," they're gonna come together because there's too much money to make. Please, you know. That's the easy part coming together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The money on the table, that's the easy part coming together. So the fight definitely will be made because they really seeing it. Yo, we might have lightning in the bottle right here. We might have Sugar Ray and Hearns, Hagler and Hearns. You know, we might have, reincarnation in one of them fights, and we haven't had something like that in a long time.
Some odd years, some type of rivalry,
They're starting to see it, man. They're starting to see it. They're starting to see the dollars, and especially after the numbers it did, and you know what's happening.
Come on.
If he did these numbers with Benevidaz, come on, man.
Because when they were saying, once, Spence was saying, well, he fights for ESPN, he couldn't over there, or vice versa. Shoot, either way, if you go to Showtime or ESPN, it's going to pull in millions,
Exactly.
And that just solidified it.
And think about
Saturday.
It, when people say stuff like that, because we all know money makes stuff happen.
This light real quick.
We all know that money makes things happen because we've seen it happen before. HBO, Showtime,
they link up.
Enemies linked up to make stuff happen. So, like I said, once those numbers came in and the greedy side of the world saw that, it's no stopping it. You know what I'm saying? Unless something gets derailed, but they gonna make that fight happen. They salivating, they salivating, man.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's going to, man. Like, there's no doubt. Like, sometime next year, you think? Next year?
I'm thinking, maybe 19. I don't think it can wait. Some people saying 2 or 3 years. I don't think it can wait 2 or 3 years.
You can't do that. Anything can happen between then.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years. Then Terence Crawford is 31, something like that.
Yeah, gonna be 31. Yeah.
So, I mean,
there's nobody else to tie them off for 2 to 3 years. You know what I mean? There's no other guys that we want to see them with.
Nah, not at all.
Till Thurman get back. But anyway, what about Jose Benevidaz, man? What you think he should do from here?
I mean,
move back down.
Like he said, I don't really have no shame. I gave Terence Crawford a hell of a fight, and he was in there for 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? He was game. There's levels to this though, and it was another level that he was in there with. But I think he earned himself some more fights. Maybe at 147. There's definitely some guys that he would give a run for their money at 147. You know what I mean? I think so.
It was his first loss. He's still young too, so I mean, you can't count him out. I mean, we know the difference in levels now, but I mean, he could still, even at 140, give guys trouble.
Yeah, definitely at 140, because he would be big at 140, I think.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He came up from there, So go right back down.
He definitely earned some fans that night. He was in there, he was game, and like I said, a lot of people, oh man, Benevidaz was hitting him, and he got hit a lot or whatever, and all this stuff or whatever. So I definitely think he earned another payday.
Oh yeah,
in the game. It's not nothing. That wasn't a career ending loss by no means. You know what I'm saying?
Respect to him for going 12. You know,
for 12.
Most guys fold, man. But yeah, man, that was just an angle I know you and I wanted to talk about in this fight. Just the overall. Everybody saw what happened, but at the same time, I wanted to talk about the difference between winning and being impressive.
Right. The
difference between being a champion and following your road, not necessarily listening to everybody,
Exactly. And then really letting people see what we consider greatness. I mean, like I said, we've been talking about Terence Crawford for a while. It's not new. And before it's all said and done, y'all gonna realize he's great, like me and Ant telling y'all. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not my opinion. It's really a fact.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're watching greatness in the making. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of my thing too, Ant. Letting people see gifted fighters. It's a lot of boxers out there, but it's only a few gifted people out there. And once, they pop up here and there, and, we latch on to them, and we want to bring them to the light because this is what boxing is about. That's what we want them to see, not necessarily the Instagram and the all the stuff that you see. This is what the sport is about. You know what I'm saying? So these people I do want to bring to the forefront of the sport and give them a platform that people say, well, damn, I didn't really think much about Terence Crawford. I saw him Saturday. I heard what y'all said, saw him Saturday. All right, now I get it. You know what I mean? That's part of my journey with this thing, bringing gifted fighters to the light that, people may not see it that way yet until, they're at the top. Everybody sees it at the top, but I want people to see it's a gradual thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
see, you always want them to see that work to get there.
That work to get there.
See the work to get there, man.
Everybody is not Conor McGregor who can just talk his way to the top. And people in today's world, you can just talk a big talk and shoot up the rankings. No, but I'm talking about guys who are working up the rankings. You know what I'm saying? The way it used to be. Yep. So, like I said, that's part of it too, man. Just trying to display him because I mean he's not on, you know, he's not on TV all the time. He's not, you know, a big media guy. So, you know, people might not know about him that way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, us being diehard boxing fans, you know, that's part of our job, just to bring some of this super talent to the light. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
man. Shoot, I couldn't have said it better, man. That's how I feel like. And the more and more you speak on it like that, it's just for people to understand, like, that's why when he fights and you see him, you got to appreciate it, you know?
Yeah.
The more and more he does fight, you just got to study it, analyze it, watch it on your own, and just, you know, really witness greatness in the making.
And I just want to touch on this last point once again, and just, I mean, think about how big that is that he sold out the arena in Nebraska. He's not a super popular fighter, but everybody in Nebraska loves him that much. Black, white, Latino, every race there are coming out to the arena to support him. That's what I'm saying. That's greatness, ain't? That's what I'm talking about. You know, he ain't at the top of his career yet. He's working his way up there, but already he's selling out his arena in his hometown. And like the first time that he did it, it hadn't been done in like 30, 40 years. Exactly. You remember? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's a testament to something about this kid, ain't? It's a testament.
It's something they can't deny.
You know what I mean? It's not like he talks all the time. What's making people come and see him?
It's still people wanting to see. It's going to be to that point when people want to see the greatness, but then you're going to have the haters, which you do need to a certain extent. They want to see him lose. You know what I mean? It's going to come to that, and that's when that number gets big, which that'll just tell you how great he is. You know, even when they want to see that. Yeah. But yeah, man, like I say, shout out to Terence Crawford, man. You know, doing big things all day, man.
All day, bud. And don't forget about the Shakur Stevenson. Just give him.
Oh yeah, shout out to Shakur Stevenson too, man. First round knockout, man. Nice knockout too, man. Good right hand, man.
It was he actually. I was reading some stuff that his grandfather actually gave him some insight on his opponent.
Really?
And he used it and got him out of there in the first round or whatever.
Wow.
You know, but I was thinking that, I mean, Shakur Stevens is what, 21. His granddad might be 45. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, his granddad don't. You said granddad. I'm thinking of like 5.
Man, it don't have to be that. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be that. You know, his granddad could be 50, so it's not that far fetched. Like this. Oh, Sonny, you got.
I would think of somebody as far as Joe Louis as a child. That was in my mind.
Exactly.
Like,
You know, I mean, I don't know how he could be an old man, but I'm just saying, you know, he could be a younger man too, just because you know he's a granddad.
He's 21.
He's 21. You know, so but I thought that was cool. Shakur, you know, Olympic silver medal winner. You know, we've been waiting a long time to really see, you know, what's going to happen with him. You know, you get a medal in the Olympics, you're pretty much guaranteed to be a star. You know, in the boxing world. So, you know, he got the look. Now we seeing he's getting the boxing acumen
starting to get some strength on him.
You know, so
because he looked a little bit bigger in this fight. You know, he's starting to look solid. You know, you know what? Yeah, he's 21, so he's filling out. And that power showed. Yeah. You know, I don't care what people say, you know, the dude he fought was 21-2. He was 21-2, so that's impressive. Yeah. He's 8-0. So that dude's 21-2. You knocked him out in the first round. Come on. Absolutely. You know, we gotta give credit to him, man.
I mean, yeah. And that's the thing we do. Some people say, "Oh, he fought a bum." It don't matter. He got him out. If it was a bum, he got him out of there in the exact amount of time you're supposed to get a bum out of there. And, exactly. You know what I'm saying? And we can't consider this guy a bum at 28-2. No. You know what I'm saying? We can't do that. You know what I mean? But shout out to Shakur Stevenson, man. It was a definitely impressive win, and I'm looking forward to seeing more out of this kid because I mean I see him as a future star. Like I said, he's got the looks, he's got the appeal. If he can just start being very impressive in the ring, it's guaranteed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's definitely got the
stay focused, stay out of trouble and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Things will be good for him.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. No, shout out to another Olympic team fighter, Michaela Mayer. She was on there. She won.
She was on the card too.
She got keeping her undefeated streak. She won 8-round decision in her fight too. So,
Okay, shout out.
everybody on the top rank, Clarissa Shields, a lot of her colleagues, they won. A lot of her teammates, they won. So I see impressive things from all of them, man. All of them want to come up. Man.
Despite how you might feel about Barber, he got some jewels over there, man.
Yeah.
Definitely got a few jewels sitting over there right now.
And that's the thing, like, people, they can feel how they want about him, but I'm looking at the fighters, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
They're the ones that make him, not the other way around.
And the thing about it, this guy, you got to respect Bob Arum in one realm because, he's been around since the Alis and all these greats in the what's the name. And for him to have the eye to snatch Shakur Stevenson, Bud Crawford, Lomachenko, the man got an eye for the shit, and we can't deny that.
Yeah. And he had Pacquiao for the longest.
Yeah, had Manny. You know what I'm saying? So we can't deny that he getting older now, but he still knows this boxing thing. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he do, man. He still know it, man. So it's it's slowly gravitating towards Al Haymon's territory now. But
because Barber, he getting up there.
Yeah,
he knows it, but it's a matter of time. You know what I'm saying? He getting up there now. So it's a changing of the guard. Shout out to Al Haymon. He just the man. You know what I'm saying? Al Haymon just the man.
For real, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Shoot, now we bring him up too, man. Yeah, like I was saying last Thursday, but said that Manny Pacquiao went on to sign a deal with Al Haymon, man. Yeah. So, this is kind of looking more and more like the rematch with him and Floyd is going to happen, Him and Floyd, Al Haymon, that's his advisor. And,
unfortunately.
Yeah. Because when you think about it, it's like, okay, Manny, 40 years old now. What more can you do over there? Like, we know it ain't for legacy because your legacy's intact. Mm-hmm. Is it just for money? What you think?
Come on, the signing with Al Haymon was really about the money thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He knows that Al Haymon is the money man. Manny probably don't even want to fight no more, but he know he has to, and he know that with Al Haymon he'll get at least decent paydays to go out there. You know what I'm saying? These last few times and make it worth his while. But it's still a good thing because Manny ain't completely shot yet. It does open up the door for a couple of, fights. I honestly like the Ring of Brona and Manny before Manny and Floyd. I really don't want to see that again.
That's what they've been talking about. They've been saying like the Adrian Broner fight was possibly going to be his fight. The winner gets Floyd.
Yeah, in 19.
In 19.
And 19, so, Floyd would be 42, and just, to be honest, I don't want to see Floyd fight no more. If he fights, I'm gonna watch, but it don't get me excited when I hear him coming back no more. It don't, it's just another thing now, because it's starting to get. It's not about, like you say, legacy or anything. It's just about a paycheck. It's about a paycheck. You know what I'm saying?
And once it gets to that point for us as diehard boxing fans, and you just know, coming to get this big ass 9-figure check, you be like, he's just gonna go through the motions, Yeah. As fans, we want to see them each time when they step in there. Each time we want to see them test themselves, or do something that ain't been done, Yeah. Even if like he was stepping up to 160 for one time, just something like
something
that.
Something different. But you know what? I'll be curious to see. I will be very curious to see if this fight really comes into fruition, because it was different when it happened before. They had never faced each other. People really thought, man, he stood a chance. Oh, he's fast hands. They really thought that. Now, Manny's 40, Floyd's 40. If Manny didn't do nothing then,
what's going to change?
What's going to really change? You know what I'm saying? It'll turn out being a boring fight. People said that fight was boring. People hated that fight.
They hated it,
What I mean? Even though me and you said that's exactly what was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? People hated that fight. So what's going to happen 3-4 years later, y'all older and just really going out there for the money? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's no anger. It's no animosity no more. At that time, it probably was a little animosity. Floyd thought you was dirty at one time and this, that. Now, it's all love.
Hey, shoot, now this is like a big gratitude thing. He probably
Thank you.
Thank you, Floyd. Because you saw on Instagram they was talking and he was talking about fighting again, and it kind of,
when they was in China that time.
Yeah, Manny just looked out of his element. He was up in that club, he was trying to find Floyd, like, we need to do this again so I can get this get this money.
Yeah.
And going to Al Haymon too, like you say, man, like I feel like this is a good move for him just to kind of close out his career now, because whatever money he can get, he's going to need, because whatever he was getting with Bob Arum must be gone.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, at this point, when you still fighting, like, what else can you say? It's got to be, because you
think about it. You've been fighting with this guy all the time, and you leave him at this stage in his career.
At this stage, most guys leave with the,
I mean, at this stage of your career, you should be the top dog. You should be the boss. Happy.
You know Floyd left Bob Arum years ago and made his empire, but his situation is different. It's like you still trying to find another promoter to get you that big paydays again.
Mm-hmm.
But with going to the Broner fight, I think that's his best choice. I think it's less risk, but still a big reward, because AB, he bringing a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And people gonna come to just see him for his craziness, and Manny, he got the country behind him.
Yeah,
casual fans. So,
and to me, it's just a more interesting fight. We never seen them two in the ring together. Both of them got fast hands. Manny, he a little over the hill. Adrian Broner, he ain't over the hill, but he ain't been living up to, what I mean? It's just more of a storyline behind this fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the Floyd and Manny thing is, I'm personally, honestly not interested in that fight. I mean, I would like the Adrian Broner and Manny, but the winner really getting Floyd, don't really let the winner get Earl Spence.
Oh wow! They both gonna pull out.
Yeah, I know. Let the winner get somebody young. I mean, somebody young. I mean,
that's what I was gonna say. Manny need this fight and the Floyd fight, because the Errol Spence fight too dangerous, man. I feel like at least he got a chance to win this AB fight. He can outwork him.
But my thing though, Ant, if we got to watch you and you gonna get a big payday, I want it to be worth it. The Manny and Floyd ain't gonna be worth it to me watching it. If you got to go out there and go out on your shield with Terence Crawford, okay, then hey, I want to see that.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying that it's a fight that I want to see, but I would want to see
that
going out on his shield than doing a boring fight with him making a ton of money and making the fans look stupid.
Yeah, making us look stupid. Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because if you're gonna come to perform, you want to get in that ring, man, you better perform, man.
Yeah, I mean, he getting the big bucks. Let him earn the big bucks at this stage and go out there with something crazy like that, And I mean, and I wouldn't really throw him Spence, but I mean, Thurman, one of those names. You know what I'm saying? Crawford, one of those names.
Because Al Haymon, he got all the welterweights just about. I mean, he got Porter, Garcia, Thurman, Spence. So he could take his pick. Like I said, he could take his pick on one of the. I'd rather see him fight Danny Garcia. Honestly,
I mean, anybody younger, dude. I would rather see that, man. So that's like where I'm at on that fight, and I mean, unfortunately, if it do wind up happening, I mean, I'll probably be watching, but I'm not holding any stock. I'm not excited. I'm not waiting for it. I'm not looking forward to it. It's just to be another day.
Okay, here's the last question on that though. Manny being 40, signing with Al Haymon. I know it sounds like a nice ring and everything, but how many fights you think he's gonna really get? I mean, now at this point,
I say Manny might got a good 3 fights in him max.
And would all 3 of those fights be elite fights? Nah, not to me.
No, I mean, but who think of 3 elite names that so when you say elite, who would you say is elite?
Oh, I'm thinking like out of Al Haymon's stable, I go ahead and say Porter, Thurman, and Spence.
Okay.
And big money is just Broner. Like I don't consider him elite as far as his skill now or where he stands, but big money.
I mean, like the Sean Porter thing, I mean, that fight maybe could be interesting, that Marlon style, and see what Manny could do with that or whatever. But I mean, the Keith Thurman and Terence Crawford it's a slaughter.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I mean, Sean Porter probably be a slaughter, be too big and just too much for Manny at this point. So like you say, I mean, I don't really see nothing elite that he could really beat. You know what I'm saying? But if if any of those fights, we want to see him go out on his shield. You know, we want to see one of those fights to remember. I don't want to just. What's the point of him doing all that just to get an average fight in? I mean, because we got guys that's young that I'd rather see them linking up than bringing these old dogs, you know, out the pasture. You know what I'm saying? I would.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that was a perfect thing you just said that I was, you know, why I asked that question because I asked that like, who can he fight amongst, you know, all these fights going to be elite because people aren't going to pay to see you fight some C-level guy or D-level guy. They see you sign Al Haymon, they want all these big fights. Now they think they putting you in there.
Because that's immediately what we thought. Al Haymon, oh, well, he can fight him. This fight is possible. That fight is possible. This fight is possible. That fight is possible, you know?
Like your last fight, Lucas Matisse, that's as low as you can get. And now people want you up here past. No, you ain't going back to that. So
Absolutely.
I think his way of thinking, his goal, you know, I could probably bet money on this is to take Broner for that big cash and then take Floyd for that last fight.
I mean, the thing about it, if Floyd willing to dance with him, he's going to dance, and it's the biggest payday in the world. You know, he's going to take that. But, you know, I really hope it don't really go that way. I mean, to be honest, I mean, even this scenario real quick, and him and AB wins, and then AB and Floyd getting there. That's another huge fight. We've never seen it. It's been rivalry there. You know, idol turned into rival. It's already a storyline there. How can they remix the Manny, Pacquiao, and Floyd Mayweather story in 2019 to make it interesting?
Yeah, because
how could they do that?
The first one took how many years to make? Almost 6-7 years to make, and then when it happened, it just kind of fizzled out. Yeah, it fizzled.
What could they possibly sell us on now?
Nothing happened in between. Nothing. Interesting, you know.
Nothing. What could they sell us on, bro? I'm just saying. I mean, they gonna sell some people out there, but you ain't gonna get the kid. You ain't gonna sell me.
Nah, man. Shoot, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, it sounds good. I want people to know it sounds good. Manny Pacquiao signs to Al Haymon, but it's not really going to be all good because, like we said, we don't know how many years he got left in him to perform against these guys, you know?
Yeah. And we know he ain't got long, though, man. We don't know the exact number, but we know, I mean, the 40, you ain't got long, man. You know, if 40 and war-torn, the way Manny is.
War-torn. Like, we ain't talking about like a Hopkins body, you know, that kept going. You know, we talking about a guy who has taken punishment, you know, been knocked out, you know, so it's just a different story for him, man. Like, his days are coming, so I'm just feeling like, yeah, he want to get them last couple checks,
yeah, cash out, man. I mean, I can't be mad at him for trying to cash out, but I can't have him cash out on me, and you know what I'm saying? I can't have him cash out on me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't paying for it, you know?
No, bro. Watch this. Al Haymon, somebody gonna hear this thing because y'all need to put that episode on a, you know, y'all gonna make me lose viewers. Y'all been trash that episode.
Man, we just keeping it 1,000, man.
Yeah, man. But shoot, guess we gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, man. I know we got a couple things, you know, do, man.
Yeah.
Is there anything else to say before we wrap this up?
No, man. Just like I said, it definitely was a pleasure to see Terence Crawford work this weekend. It was good to see Shakur Stevenson, kind of a nice breakout fight for him, you know, really, you know, catching some eyes and making people pay attention. And other than that, man, just shout out to everybody that been supporting, you know, episode 74, right? And
74,
we still
man.
Here banging it out regardless of who rocking with us, who ain't rocking with us. We rocking with each other, and we just, you know, we still at it.
Oh yeah,
you know, people thought we might have fell to the wayside. We still at it, man.
Yeah, we still here, and we about to grow too. You know, like you said, y'all rocking with us. Y'all want to keep rocking with us. You know, we got a Patreon page out now.
For sure.
You know, just go to patreon.com/thejabeffect.
For sure.
Whatever y'all want to donate just to help us out to make it bigger and better.
For sure.
You know, we always open to that, and you know, we always show some appreciation for it too.
Absolutely. And when people know, and we just working, we blue collar working men. We ain't doing nothing fancy, we ain't nothing special. We blue collar working men, 40 plus hours a week, and we make exception time, you know, make exception in time to do this once, twice a week, whenever we can. So you know, it's that's why, you know, we saying, you know, if if you don't mind donating or you want to contribute to the cause, I mean, that would help us out a lot. Cause, like I said, we on the grind. We ain't doing nothing, y'all. We ain't making no noise. We just on the grind. We two regular dudes on the grind, man.
We just talking what we love, bro.
Yeah.
But but y'all can do that. Like I said, go to that patreon.com/thejabeffect, or make sure y'all, if y'all haven't subscribed to us, iTunes, Google Play, and SoundCloud. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But we're gonna hit y'all back later again this week for that Demetrius Andre fight too, man. We gotta talk about that because that's coming up, man.
Yeah, because we gotta expound on a little thing with that anyway. The Billy Joe getting pulled and how we felt about the dirty thing and all that stuff. So that's get back to y'all.
Billy Joe. He just because he got spent, he ain't safe from my words. If the fight was going down, he was gonna get it, but he's still gonna get it.
Everybody gets to that, so he gotta get it. You know what I'm saying? He gotta get it.
Ain't nothing changed.
Man.
But we about to roll out of here. Like always, my name Combo Breaker 99.
Man, it's your boy Boxing P.
And we out. Peace.
Later.